Hey guys, Cravone here, bringing you a boss guide on the Magister. Now, a quick disclaimer, this is a day one guide and I did actually record some of this video prior to its actual release. So the requirements you're going to need Ixtharin's Little Helper. You do not have to complete this quest, you just need to be able to get into Soften him. You're going to need 115 Slayer. Now this is boostable through the use of wilder pies. It's also recommended that you do the contact quest because this will allow you easier access to Soften him by using the guide to the right of the lodestone. Now, just like with the Ascension bosses, you do need a key to the crossing to do this boss, and it will consume a key per attempt, whether you kill it, whether you die or not. It will cost you a key per attempt, and these can be quite expensive at the moment. Now, unfortunately for the actual boss fight, he has ridiculous defense, so I would recommend maximum combat stats, overloads and tier 95 prayers as a minimum, I'm afraid. So I'm going to explain the drops quickly. So obviously drops the boss pet. At the time of making this video I do not know the drop rate or the threshold. Once I do, I will leave an annotation on this video. He will also drop Torn Piece of Scripture, which is sort of the reason why people are going to kill him. Now these you will be able to convert into Blessings of the Sea, Sky or Sun of your choice. You need one of each of these three, and you need to combine them with one of the weapons that you get from the Soften him Slayer monsters. They are dual wield melee. And once you do that, you'll convert that weapon into a tier 92 version. So this is a tier 92 melee. So the last thing before I mention the gear setup and mechanics is that he does count for Slayer under the Soul Devourers, but the Slayer Helm does not give bonuses against him. Doesn't give bonus damage or accuracy like it would other bosses. Now, if you are using a Wilder Pie and boosting to 115 Slayer, bear in mind that you have to have 115 Slayer for the entire kill. If your Slayer level drops below 115, you cannot keep damaging the boss. Now, onto gear setup. So, the best gear to take here is by far a melee setup. Preferably with a Dragon Rider Lance or a Noxious Scythe, because the AoE is going to be very, very important here. So I took a Noxious Scythe, full augmented Torva. I wouldn't recommend doing Void. I have tried Void, but it didn't work. So full augmented Torva. I took an Amulet of Souls to increase my soul split, and I took an Accuracy Aura because accuracy is going to be a big deal here. Like, I'd rather take an Accuracy Aura than a Vampirism Aura. Vampirism Scrimshaw is going to be very good here as well. So, yeah. Now, bear in mind, this was day one where I was recording all the kills, so I was using different styles for all the kills. So I wasn't just using melee, but I found melee to be the best. So, I'm going to go through, first of all, the inventory setup. So, Celadome and Bruise are going to be extremely important here. You need Key to the Crossing. You don't need feathers. Taking overloads and replenishment pots is an absolute must here as well, or adrenaline pots, prayer pots, and then I'd recommend sharks or monkfish, honestly, because so basically the amount of healing your food will do will decrease with your constitution level. So taking expensive food like rock towers is going to be a waste of money here, really. Also bring a Wilder Pie if you need to boost. Now I'm going to explain the fight, and I'm going to explain the abilities first, and then I'm going to commentate through a kill and say which abilities are being used when and how I'm dealing with them. Okay, so his normal attacks are mostly mage. Some of them can be range, and this is pretty random which one the range one is. There's probably a reason for this, but as of yet we don't know. So his first ability is that he'll summon a bomb, and he'll do the chat message dodge this. Now he'll summon a blue bar on the ground where he's about a bomb. Basically just move away from it. It will do 4k damage to anyone standing in it, whether the player, minions, or the Magister himself. Second ability is Bind. Now if you're moving around too much, he'll do this. He'll say stay still, he'll stun you and deal damage. You can break the stun by freedoming, but I mean, once you've taken the damage and the stun, there's not really any point to freedom it, really. So then there's Lunge, which works like crystal shape shifters. He says, you dare fight me, and then he'll lunge at the player. So you can avoid this by running away or surging. He'll summon minions through this fight as well, and he'll summon 2 at a time, and the stars are random. I prefer killing these with AoE when I'm attacking altars, or when I'm attacking the Magister himself. DPS on the Magister is highly important. So he'll also do Siphon periodically, which will steal health from you and heal him, dealing damage to you. When he does this, you have to run out of range. That's the only way to really break it. Now, the 2 biggest mechanics in this fight are, which are done at a certain health. So there's the Soul Obelisk, which starts at 150k health, and what this does is it periodically reduces your constitution level, and it basically, because of this, you heal for less when you heal with food, and your maximum health goes down, etc. Brews are not affected by this, so that's why brews are really, really useful here. And you can attack the Soul Obelisk to regain constitution levels, so bear this in mind. I find it's best to AoE the Magister around the Soul Obelisk, so you're sort of doing 2 things at once there. So the second one is at 100k he'll summon a corrupted Soul Obelisk, and this will be near the door. Now this can be destroyed. So what this will do is, this will deal constant damage to you, and it's got, I think, 25k health. So I basically just cut everything over to there. I hide behind it so that I'm basically out of line of sight, so they have to come close to me. So then I just AoE the minions and the Magister and the corrupted obelisk to deal with that. So to finish off this video, I'm going to commentate through a kill that I did. It was my quickest one. So you activate the fight by activating the Soul Obelisk. Now, as melee you can actually line of sight the Magister. Okay, so this is the bomb that he's using. Dodge this. So you see the blue bar on the ground, and it's hit the Magister for 4k because the Magister was standing in it. But it didn't hit me because I wasn't in it. So as for prayers, I use a mix of Soul Split and Mage depending on my health and depending when my devotion's up. So he's doing his Siphon attack. Now I didn't know this at the time of doing this kill, that you can actually run out of range of it. But you can, so once he's siphoning, run out of range. Okay, so he summoned 2 adds. Now I'm going to start massacring. And this might be when I start using the Soul Obelisk to line of sight things. Also, I'm hitting 150k right now, so the Soul Obelisk is active. Now, what you do if you want a line of sight, and you do this to draw the Magister and the minions closer, you go one of the squares to the left or right of the Soul Obelisk, and you can basically oh, and I missed a bomb there. So you can basically drag them in through not having line of sight, because they are sort of like ranged targets. They can't really, you can't really kite them much. That's another bomb. Again, the Magister's standing in it. The Magister's taking 4k. This can be great if it hits adds. So at the moment, I'm sort of doing okay. I'm keeping an eye on my stacks. Now, he's hit 100k, so I'm going to go and kill this corrupted Soul Obelisk as quick as possible. I want to reduce the amount of damage I take. in the coming weeks, people will find ways to do this kill without touching any of the obelisks, without touching the minions. But for now, I don't think it's really possible. For me, that is. So I just used AoE so that I hit the minions, and now I'm going to use line of sight to try and drag some of the minions closer into me. I'm using this time whilst waiting for them to hit the soul obelisk. Okay, so now they're all close. I'm using AoE. I'm using Hurricane, Quake, and Meteor Strike. Berserk can be used, but I'd recommend if you're going to Berserk, do it early on. Now he's summoning a bomb. I couldn't see it, so I had to move from it. Now this bomb also hits your familiar, so keep an eye on that. But it hits the familiar for half damage, so it hits it for 2k instead of the 4k. So he's siphoning. I should be running a range here, but at this point I don't know, because it's the first day. I didn't know all the mechanics. I did actually ask around and looked it up to make this video as well, whilst figuring some of them out for myself. That's another bomb. So we've not really seen the bind or lunge. Honestly, the bind's not a big deal. Here's the lunge, and I was able to move out the way so I didn't take the damage. So I'm actually getting quite high stacks, which is why I keep attacking the obelisk. Because I want to keep around, like, I want to keep at least 5-6k health. That's sort of my safety limit. So I got stunned there and dealt damage, and he like teleported away. That was his bind. Okay, so there's a bomb there. I'm moving away, but I'm being careful not to kite him away from the bomb, because I want him to still take the damage from the bomb. Ads have spawned, but he's very close to death, so I'm not even going to try on the ads, so I'm just going to keep attacking him. And there we are. That's the kill done. It's honestly very, very quick and simple. It's as easy as that. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this helped you to get your first Magister kill. Note, this is sort of like a day one guide. This isn't a farming guide. Eventually I might bring out a farming guide once we know more about this boss. So yeah, until then, I mean, just give it a try. I mean, it's very high requirements. I do get that, but it's not a difficult boss. It's high requirements, but not a difficult boss at all. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.